What's going on, guys? Winner Kills here. We are back yet again with another first place locals deck profile. My man C Goody.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
The most winningest player at our locals so far. I think this is what, your third time being on?
Around there, yeah.
I think maybe
so.
four. I have no idea. It's hard to keep count. You're just first every other week, it seems like.
Hey,
but,
last week I lost to Satellar Knights. I'm gonna admit it. So
that is
I was
true.
caught down bad.
You did lose to Satellar Knights. That is true.
Exciton Knight.
Exciton Knight. All right.
Whatever.
So what did you play today?
I played Tri-Brigade Zoo.
You played Tri-Brigade Zoo. In the new format.
Post-ban list, correct.
All right. Interesting. Let's see the list.
All right, sounds good. I played still the standard 3 Fractal. This is like your main starter, obviously, so he's not going anywhere, obviously. But just the 3. Yes, people play 2 of this, I know, but I do play Desires, and it's literally your only extender. Like, there's nothing else you're extending with, mostly.
Yeah.
Unless they're hand trapping you early, like on a Zoo. Most case, like your only extender, you play 3 of this, and then I play Reborn.
Okay.
That's really about it. You could search it and stuff too, which makes it better. But that's like Tri-Brigade, like it's not the best because of that. Like you only have 1 extender, but I mean it's like one trick pony type of thing. But most decks are, right?
Yeah.
You know, you have 2 baselines of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a solid deck. Like Prank Kid normal, Ash, and then they got the fusion spell. But I'm gonna play Dragon Link pretty soon because it has more than 2 lines of play. Anyway, sorry, get off topic.
Let's keep going.
So I play the 4 Zoos. I bumped this to 3 because you really need to see 1 to discard to for turn 1. Like normal summon this to send this, and you got the you put 4 in grave and then make the Fairjeet.
Okay.
Same thing as if you open 1 of these and any 3 of this or a 10 key, you can normal and then discard 1 and it does the same thing except you draw.
Okay.
So that's the reason why it's at 3. It's kind of like mandatory if you want to play the Zoo stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people play Cat. I mean, Cat just doesn't really do anything going second. It's probably better, but I didn't feel like it. I'm lazy.
Gotcha.
I'm playing Dragon Link anyway. Like I'm just playing this just for today.
Gotcha.
Anyways, I have the hand trap ratios as 3 Gamma, 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, Crow because you can search it. It's not that impactful, but it's good against a lot of matchups. But it is searchable, so you do play it, and 3 Imperm.
Gotcha.
Those are all the hand traps. Same reason as before. 13 in a 40 card deck. You'll have a 53.7% chance of drawing 2
Gotcha.
in your opening hand. So
and like you said last time, the other half of the time you're going
just
second.
going first.
You're going first.
Yeah,
You're going
yeah,
first.
yeah.
There you go.
So there's that. And Gamma's is just the best hand trap.
Gamma's insane, bro.
If you're going first and they Ash is really the only time Ash is prevalent versus Tri-Brigade is most of the time is if they go Kuraz dump Kit, which is really bad for you because that's an easy Ash and they have to pass most of the time. But Fractal, 10 keys, stuff like that, you have to hand trap the Fractal. But this playing this in the deck makes it hard for opponents to do that. It's like, do I play into Gamma? Do I not? Like, what's correct? Really, what is correct?
Exactly.
So, 3 Desires. It's just I like to draw 2 in this deck. Like I said before, it does come up where you want to putting the 2 back. The draw put back and then the search put back. It does come up a lot, and having 2 cards is really good. And just in this deck, in general, Prosperity is really good if you you can play Order with it. But what's 1 card searching? I don't know, maybe Kuraz.
Yeah.
But I mean, you play so many ways to search it, and 3 Desires is really good. Honestly, though, I do side out. Going second, I do side this out a lot. I usually I side out 2 of these going second because this, I mean, against most decks, obviously Control and stuff, no, but Drytron, Virtual World, stuff like that. This isn't getting you to anything. You really want to see hand traps. Or going second cards like a Droplet or Lightning Storms, etc. You can't Desires is nice to draw too, but you really just want to draw hand traps. Is really what you want to do. So I'd rather have the spot being a hand trap than the Desires.
Okay.
And then you got the 4 power spells. Tenki, Foolish, Reborn, Called By. Nothing to say about this or this. Foolish, it came into the deck after the hit to the Tenki and stuff. It's kind of like another starter is all it is, and it actually extends with the Zoo stuff too.
Okay.
So if they go you normal rat, they Imperm usually, sometimes. You can Foolish and then full combo anyways.
Okay.
If they go Fractal and they Ash and it actually hurts, you can go Foolish, some Kit, some Nerval. It's a starter, so it's just really, really good in this deck. It's worth playing.
Okay.
It's just an extra starter. Monster Reborn, it's the best extender. Late game, you could do niche things with it. Today, I summoned Driver for game and to play around Nib and stuff and things. And
we'd love to see it.
And The last 3 is the 3 revolt. Because of Desires, I would play 2, but Desires you need to play 3. Same thing as Desires going second. I cut Desires in this to 1 going second.
Yep.
You don't want to draw a trap card against a combo deck. It just doesn't do anything.
That is true. That is true.
That's the main deck, 40.
40 as always.
As always. We'll go in the extra deck first.
Yep, extra deck.
Umraj for bricking.
Okay.
The 1 Fair Jeep, people play 2. In the Prosperity version, I think it's correct to play 2, but you can't fit it in this for 1 card. I'll show you at the end what the card is, obviously.
Okay.
So 1 Bear. Those are like standard 1. Some people play 3. I play 2. You don't ever need 3. If you play correctly, if you play correctly, you only need 2 of it most of the time.
Okay.
Once in one out of like 300 games, you might need a 3rd one, but like, is it really worth it at that point? Like, all the other ones come up more. Like the third one doesn't. The Double Dragon Lord, this, and then the Access Code. These 2 are nuts. This is a really good card, but like, it's like, how do I explain this? You have 2 ways to go about it, right? So you can either, you kind of have to like analyze the situation if you want to go Appaloosa Revolt or if you want to go Rugal, Double Dragon Lords. Depends on the matchup. Usually, like, it really just depends on like what you're playing. I kind of like, because like this plays around Twin Twisters and things, whereas Appaloosa doesn't. Same with Cosmic. So it just really depends. Like mostly combo, you're making Appaloosa, and Control a lot of times I make this.
Okay.
So those are like the 2 end boards with the Revolt, and then Appaloosa for the last link.
Gotta play it.
Yeah, and then you still play the same ones before. The Zeus came up so many times today. I love this card.
Card's broken.
The card is broken.
It should not be at 3.
I mean,
should not be legal.
Even if it was at 1, it'd still be the same.
Yeah, it should be at 0.
It probably should. Down the line, maybe. I mean, it does require you to waste your battle phase, kind of like an evenly matched.
Yeah, okay.
But it is still nuts.
Yeah.
I agree. Like things like Pure Zoo and Burning Abyss Traps play it at 3, but they're like okay decks. Like,
And VW.
See, like if it was like a meta card, I could. It is a meta card, but like the only things that play is like VW and this. Sometimes if they're not playing Cat.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's not worth being addressed yet, but down the line it probably will.
Okay.
Last card is the Omega. That was taking the spot for the second one of these. If you gamma them turn 1, like on your like when you're going first, and like they hand trap Fractal, they're resolving Fractal, they're losing their Ash, you're sinking into Omega, you're ripping a card out, they're neg 2, and you just plus a shit ton. You're not losing.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
Literally insane.
So the side deck, 3 Lancia. It's really good versus Virtual World, which is this deck's hardest matchup by far, 100%, because you can hand trap them twice and they still end on Chuchi. And Chuchi most times is enough to win because it like forces you to open a way to Karez.
Yeah.
And a normal. So Lancia is like really good because it shuts off the Chuchi and the engine. They still end on like Crystal Wing under this mostly, and maybe a hand trap, but you can play through those. Crystal Wing isn't like that much of a problem. Neither is Shen Shen, turn 1.
Okay.
Pankratops, Rogue, and I sided versus Virtual World. It hits like, you have like you kind of have like like you could either hit the monster or the trap, which is like, you have like a choice. And like this, and so I sided this over this in the virtual matchup for that reason. Because you could pick either the monster or the trap.
Gotcha.
I play this, Mystic Mind sucks, and 3 Lightning Storms. It's either that or Twin. I honestly don't know yet. I don't know which one's better. They're both equally decent. And I never see them against trap decks anyway,
Of
so
course,
like, it just doesn't matter when you when you have them or how many you have. Like I'm about to just play 3 Twister and 3 Gallstorm.
There you go.
And then the best going first cards ever, 3 all the Floodgatey shit. The Judgments are nuts. I like this because like things like Droplet and like Imperm and stuff like that hit the Appaloosa, and like you really want to protect it versus combo.
Yeah.
So like you side this versus like these cards, you side versus every deck going first. There's not a deck in the game other than like trap decks.
Yeah.
You side these. You side these versus trap decks, but obviously not these. But Drytron, Dragon Link, Mirror Match, Virtual World, everything you side these.
Yeah.
Sometimes like the Virtual World matchup, you can only fit 2 and 2 like this. Like that's the Virtual World matchup because you got to play other things. I value Lancia because you can revolt and then Lancia after revolt.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's about it for the profile.
And your matchups today, what were they?
Round 1, I played Altergeists. I mean, the matchup was like okay. I mean, game 3, I don't know how I won. I opened Ash, double Ash, Crow, Revolt, Karez.
Oh my
and
God.
I won the match because he set 3 and like I ashed his spoofing and like I started like you know, I ended up drawing a Harpies Duster, and I held it because I knew he was gonna go into the Mario and then like set the trap, and I let him set 4 and then I dusted him, and then the normal summon ended up being really good like later on.
Nice.
And then that was it. Round 2 I played
Drytron, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I played Drytron.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I played Drytron round 2. There's not much to explain about it. I don't want to, you know, sit here too long explaining everything. But yeah, round 2 is Drytron. Round 3, I played against Shadal. And then round 4, I played against Virtual World. It's such a good match. Go watch it.
It's up on the channel right now if you guys want to see it.
Yep. It was a really, really good match. Definitely the best match all day. But like I said, Virtual World's just the hardest matchup for this deck. And I personally think this deck sucks, low key. But,
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to be playing Dragon Link, like I said, see where that goes. I've never played a single game with Dragon Link in my life.
Okay.
So it's going to take a while, but we'll get there. We always do. So.
I'm sure we'll see you back at the first place Dragon Link profile in no time.
Hopefully.
But yeah, thank you so much for the profile, man. Anything else you want to say before we finish up?
No, shout out to Winter Kills. You're great.
All right, I appreciate it.
Keep doing
man.
what you do.
I try. I
Go.
try. Thank you very much, man.
All right,
thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
And lastly, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members, and they are Cadillacs84, Pony Start, Keith Sidgers, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much for your extremely generous support.